All right, guys, this is MobileGamerNerd, and we are back with another Raid Shadow Legends free-to-play mystery shard only run video. Today, we're going to be talking about why a mystery shard only run actually works. All right, what is it that makes it work? How do I do it? That kind of thing. Um, what I've noticed is a lot of times with this game is people seem to think that heroes and getting the best heroes and epic heroes and legendary heroes and all these other things is what makes this game and how you beat this game, and it's the only way through. And it's obviously not true. We've been playing for about a while now. We just got Gerda. Here we can look and see where we're at right now. Where are we at? Login rewards. So yeah, we're on our way to getting Lady Erish. So that's how long we've been playing, and we've been able to accomplish a lot. I mean, just quick overview for people who are new to the channel. We do have a ton of champions that we got for free. Literally, we never summon anything other than mystery shards. We do get the prism fragment summons because they are forced, and those go in the vault. So you can see all of the heroes that I've gotten that I never use. So we have two of the hunters, we've got all the login champions, we've got some of the free ones we got from the prisms, we got Gorab, we got the archer here that everyone was like all crazy about, and we also got, what is this guy's name? I forgot his name. Whatever his name is. It's a G name. It's a G name, Gersud or I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter. We got him from a free code, and yeah, we did get Fearmonger, and we also recently just got this guy, the Jason Voorhees, his uncle, who's epic, Vorgoth, whatever his name is. We just got him from the prisms too. But they just go in here and we don't use them and we never touch them. Everyone else in here would be from a fusion that we were able to either complete and just put in the vault. So there you go. That's what they are. And we have been able to complete Doom Tower normal on every rotation. We're working our way through in, here we go, Fragment Summon in hard mode. So as you can see, we do have Thea, the Tomb Angel. We have 48 of her. So we're working towards that. And we have gotten through, at least in dungeons, just kind of give you an idea of how far we are. We've beaten Nightmare Campaign completely, so that's not even a big deal. And Dragon, we've actually just recently completed hard mode. Now, do we have the best times? No. Was this a kind of a crap show and we beat it with the last hit? Yes, that's what happened on stage 10. But stage 1 through 5, I mean, I could pretty much auto. It doesn't really matter. But stage 10, yeah, we beat it, and that's all that matters. So we were able to beat it. I don't really farm there. It's not super important to me. All right, so why does this work? Just so you can kind of get some validity to what I'm saying, that we've actually beaten things. So why does it work? Here's why it works. It works because in the beginning of this game, when you start, your impression of the game is that you need the best heroes in the game in order to beat things. So when you go in here and you look at all these heroes, you're like, "Ooh, I want this shiny mythical hero because he can do this and he can do these cool things and get all strong." And you don't realize that it's going to take you a very long time to get their skills maxed. All right. Skills are super important in this game, and leveling them is very important. But getting the materials you need to do this, well, it's going to take some time. The other problem is when you're ascending a hero, it costs a lot of potions. And in the beginning of the game, you can upgrade a rare. Here, let's go look in here with their ads. Let's go look in here. So we want to upgrade Ascend. So let's go up. Let's look at Ascending. All right. So now this is a rare hero. It only costs me 4 blue baby potions and what is this? 2 of the baby potions in white to get this guy leveled up the first time. Now, if we go in here with champions, we go to vaults, River Vault. Let's grab Death Knight. Let's grab her. 2 collection. All right. This is probably the first time in a while that I've actually pulled them out. All right, so Ascend. So now if we want to ascend an epic, we're already in the next tier, all right, just to start for the first star. It's 4 and 3. So it's not only more, but it's going to cost more. So here we go, potion mix. If you wanted to make 4 of this potion, all right, you need 40 of the low-end potion to craft them. Obviously, you can farm them. I'm not saying you can't, but that's a lot. All right, so you need 40 of that baby potion that I only needed 4 of for my rare. All right, so there you go. That's one thing. Now, when we go over to Death Knight, look at this. Your first ascension, you're already in these high-end potions that you're going to need to ascend them. Now, this potion, what do you need? Well, if you're going to do a potion mix, you would need one of these. You need 10 of this one, which means for this one potion, you need 100 of this little potion that I only needed 4 of for my rare. Now, obviously, these are stronger heroes. I understand that. All right. I get how that works. However, that's not always true. there are plenty of rares in here that can do well. I mean, if you've watched the videos that I've been putting out, the starting 5 are obviously great heroes. There's plenty of guys in here. I mean, you've seen me destroy legendaries in the arena if you've been watching my videos as well with the doggos. We've got Hound Spawn, we've got the other one, Hellfang, somewhere down here. Boom. These two, awesome combo together. They can do a lot of damage. You've got heroes like Armiger who can do turn meter manipulation. You've got, random heroes that no one uses like Risk Arm, who's actually very strong. Shadow Turlak is really good. It's going to cost a fraction of the amount of time and energy to max one of these guys out. And you have to, unfortunately, ascend them if you're going to be able to equip accessories. So being able to ascend all of these, you could ascend pretty much, I mean, if we're talking 100 potions, right? To get one level on a legendary, that's 100 of the baby potions. So that's 25 of these heroes. All right. So literally, this more than the screen. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12. All right. So double this screen is how many heroes you can upgrade to 1-star ascension with the same amount of potions that it would take you to do one level of ascension on a legendary. So now this game is a game of heroes and gear. All right. It's both of those things. However, what people don't seem to realize is there's a lot of areas of this game that require numerous heroes to beat, and they need to be of specific factions, of specific affinities, of specific a lot of things. Like there's a lot of random stuff. So like if we go just as an example, we go into faction wars, right? When you go in here, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 factions. All right, that means at minimum, you need 5 heroes to 3-star each one of these from each faction. So 5 times 15, do the math. That's 50, that's 75 heroes you need to at least beat faction wars. Now, most people are going to build the wrong heroes. They're going to build heroes that don't work. They're not going to have the best teams, and they're going to start rebuilding other heroes. So figure you're looking at somewhere between 80 and 100 heroes you're probably going to end up building before you end up beating every single one of these factions. Okay. Now, some of the legendary heroes are going to make this easier, like a lot easier. Like we beat Dark Elf Crypt, I think. I think we beat Dark Elf Crypt without, I don't have the keys, I used it. I think we beat it without having any legendaries. No, we used Vizix. We did have Vizix, but she's a login. But yeah, we were able to beat this without any legendaries except for Vizix. I forgot about that. And now we have Mithrala, so she makes it easier. But yeah, you don't need those heroes. They will be handed to you eventually. But you're going to need a ton of heroes to get through this, and it's going to take a long time. I have personally about 73 6-stars. Okay. That's a lot of time. All right. It takes a lot of time to upgrade all of these heroes. So as you start moving forward and you build all these rares, what ends up happening is you start saving up potions because you're not using all your potions, your resources to try to, I've used to do it on my old accounts. I used to have a bunch of potions and I'm like, oh, I want this legendary to be leveled up. So I would spend a ton of silver just to upgrade potions that I had found because my luck in the potion keep was trash. I would always I wouldn't get the potions I needed. I would be farming it. So you have to kind of make a choice. Do I want to spend, 1,000,000 silver to upgrade a bunch of potions to make this hero 6-star? Or do I want to waste, maybe 100 to 1,000, depending on your luck, energy for the day or for the week to farm these 2 potions that I need for this hero to be ascended? And that number goes up. Remember, at the end, it's like, I think 4 or 6 potions you need. And yeah, if you're saving up potions while you're leveling up your rares, eventually you just happen to have potions enough to upgrade all of these guys because you've been saving them and not using them as much. I only have to level up 1 Lego at this point every, I don't know, 3, 4 months. That's about it. That's about when I get a new legendary at this point. So it makes you able to kind of continue on the game while doing only the rare heroes. Now, some of them are going to be terrible. Some of these heroes are going to be horrible. Now, I've been pretty lucky with picking heroes. I did play the game a couple times before I actually did this run. So yeah, there are going to be heroes in here that most of them I would probably recommend even people who are spending money and have the best legendaries would build, because a lot of them just give you that one-off kind of thing where you're going to need them to beat something. We have a Bog Walker that's 77,000 power. He's an awesome hero. He does awesome damage. He protects the team and he does attack down. This guy can be used in faction wars. He can be used in dungeons. We used him, I think, in hard mode for the Ice Golem because he has the defense up and he stays alive because he has a lot of defense and he doesn't get killed in one hit, which is very nice. You've got heroes even like Twin Claw Disciple, a one-off hero that no one uses. This guy has helped me beat, I think it was Dark Fae in the city. He has helped me beat a couple other things when paired with a couple different heroes. Who's the main one? Lord Legionary. He's another one that no one uses that you get for free has actually been really doing good recently. He does a ton of damage, apparently. I didn't realize his main attack hits for an insane amount of damage. This one, his outflank. But no one knows this because no one levels this. No one invests 7 epic books into this guy to give him that chance and to lower his cooldown and to give him more of a chance of dropping speed. Most people are going to tell you to feed him. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, most people aren't going to build these guys. However, they work. All right. Now let's go into the city and let's look at more ads. Raid's desperate. They need money, guys. So let's go in the city. This area is a very difficult area. Now we're going to go into normal mode. All right. We have gotten to the boss. So we have beaten and gotten all the keys for this rotation that we're in right now. But when you go in here, you're going to need very specific heroes the further along you go to beat things. Like here. All right. Look at that. I didn't even try to pick that. We have Lord Legionary in here. All right, he is someone I used in here. Now, did I have to use him to beat this? No, this is an easier fight. It's just Ice Golem by himself. You don't have to worry about it too much. But yeah, if I didn't have all these guys, let's say you didn't have, whatever her, we have a very limited amount of heroes that meet these specific conditions. All right, we have Sacred Order, Bannerlords, and Shadowkin. Okay, so if you don't have any heroes from these factions, you can't beat this fight. All right, you're not going to go in here with level 40s and win, more than likely. I'm sure there's heroes that can do it, but yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot harder. All right, so we bring in as many of these rares that we have, and luckily I've been able to build all these heroes because it doesn't take that long comparative to a legendary. All right, I can get their skills max, I can do all that pretty quickly on a rare or an epic. I mean, epics you don't even need to. I mean, uncommons you don't even have to worry about it. If you have an uncommon you want to build, someone like Outrider, you just got to farm their copies. That's it, or find them in the shop. Like you'll probably get it just from summoning mystery shards. You'll just get a bunch of them and just be like, all right, cool. I can now max this hero in a day. You can basically max any uncommon hero's skills in a day, more than likely, if you're summoning mystery shards or farming the area that they're in and looking in the shop. Basically, between the three, you'll probably get to max one, unless it's like someone who just happens to have a ton of books, maybe 2 days. But yeah, you can get their skills maxed and then just start building them. Now, it's important to do these things. Let's close this. Boop, there we go. Because we need as many heroes as we possibly can. Because what I found is, in the beginning of this game, it's very hard. All right, and I've said this numerous times. This game is super hard in the first 6 months. There's a couple reasons for that. One, more than likely, this is only for new people. This is not for people who've been playing every single year and start over. That doesn't count. All right. I'm saying for a brand new player who knows nothing about Raid, this game is super hard in the first 6 months. All right. You don't know what you're doing. Your heroes have 0 gear. You basically have 3-star gear that you're thrown, and the game does up the difficulty fairly quickly, especially in areas like the Spider and Fire Knight and Clan Boss and a couple of other things. If you don't know how the game works, these areas can really give you trouble. So having more options that I have found is better than having one amazing, amazing, amazing hero that's just a legendary and really good. All right. Now, in the very beginning, obviously, people, we always tell you guys, build Kale to max and just get him ready. Why do you do that? Well, that's because right in the first week of the game, having one hero is the best option. But as soon as you max your first hero and you can campaign farm, because you need them for campaign farming, you need them for getting through certain areas and unlocking some new stuff to get the gear you need. But other than that, yeah, after that, having more heroes is probably your best bet, moving your way into a group of heroes that are actually good. All right. So we have, the starting 5 Spirit Host, we have War Maiden, we have Kale, all these heroes that everyone gets basically in the beginning. Apothecary, if you're lucky enough to pull him, he's awesome. We got Valerie, and we've got Diabolist, which are all farmable. Where are you, Diabolist? I just passed her. I always pass her. And Diabolist, all these heroes can be farmed and used to beat most of the early game stuff. But after that, you just need to start spreading out. And if you're going to spread out and build this many heroes, it's going to take a lot of time. All right. Now, heroes like, just to kind of give you an example, Fleshmonger is literally almost better than most epics that I have. All right. He's literally that good. I love this dude. He's awesome. Meat Carver is better than almost all of my heroes. Like he is, and when I say better, I mean better and more useful. All right. We don't mean like, oh, he could beat everything. Like, no, but as a support hero, he can keep everyone alive. He resurrects. He's good for Iron Twins. He's literally good for everything. He's good in Hydra. I bring him into Hydra every time. We bring him everywhere. So having these heroes is going to make your life easier. Headsman, for frickin' sake, he has been making me very happy recently. He does a ton of damage with his A1 or his A2, whatever it is, the one that attacks all enemies. And then he also does heal reduction, which actually activates Lord Legionnary's skill. And you're finding new combinations of heroes. Heroes like Archmage, you get from Doom Tower. This dude is awesome. You don't need the shiny legendary that you have to pull. This guy you get for free. He's the first hero you get from farming Doom Tower. So in the first 6 months, when you're finally getting into Doom Tower and maybe starting to get some pieces, eventually maybe you'll get him in like the first 6 to 8 months, depending on you know, how active you are in the game and how much of Doom Tower you've completed. But yeah, the reason this works is because these heroes are easy to build, and that's the most important thing. The second, I know I kind of went off on a tangent on that for a while, just so I really understand that all of these heroes are worth building. All right, even if you think they stink. All right, now you're not going to pick if you have like 10 heroes from Bannerlords and 6 of them have AoE attacks and the other ones don't, unless those ones that do not have AoE attacks have a very specific skill, like removing of debuffs, uh, attack down. Like someone like Bloodfeather is a really good example. All right. Um, where is she? Bloodfeather. She's an epic, but it's just a good example. All of her skills are single target. Literally every single one. She has no AoEs. So you would think that that's not someone you would build. All right, that's wrong. All right, so her A1, well, all of her skills, just to be clear, have an extra 30% chance of inflicting a critical hit. So that means that you can build her at 70%, and she will crit at 70%. So that's good. Then she has a decreased defense, all right, and has the 30% chance, obviously. And then she also has a turn meter depletion and a decreased speed, and it's a 50% turn meter reduction. So on a boss, this skill set right here is literally perfect. All right, defense down, and you can drop the turn meter of the boss. Then everybody else can come in and whoop ass. All you need is an attack up, and you can do basically double damage to this boss the whole fight. All right. So yeah, someone like this, you're gonna want to build them up. All right. But if it's just like someone dumb and they have like the worst skills ever, yeah, obviously you wouldn't build them. But there's plenty of heroes in this index that are rare that you can go into and be able to use. All right, all of these are very good heroes. Like out of this whole team of what is this of Lizardmen, Metal Shaper's good. Slasher is, I think, reasonable. Probably my least favorite out of all of them. Yeah, he puts up a crit rate, so he's probably my last one on the list that I would choose. But you've got Flinger, who has an AOE, and he actually has I think another thing that's really good in here was that yeah, he has decreased defense also. So yeah, you could use him. And then you've got Hurler, Hurler and Flinger. All right, Hurler attacks only one hero. He puts target skills on cooldown. That's literally just the skill. He's like, puts target skills on cooldown. That could be very useful. All right. So he's someone you might consider building because that one thing could get you through a fight that you're having trouble with. All right. Skullsworn has counterattacks. It's kind of annoying. I don't really use him. Bogwalker obviously is easy. This is his main skill. He attacks everyone and does defense up. So he's really good. Slither Brute, it's a little weird, but I think he steals one random buff and he decreases speed and he decreases target's turn meter equal to the amount of buffs on the target. So, yeah, that could be useful. Decreasing turn meter does come in very useful for bosses. All right, so don't think that these single target heroes are going to be bad. Gator's great. He actually has a crit rate up, and he has removed all debuffs from all allies. Like that alone is worth the skill. You get the cooldown. It's every 3 turns you can remove all debuffs, which can be very helpful, especially if you get hit with poisons a lot in Dragon. Skink, really weird name for a hero, but he actually ignores block damage and shield buffs on his A1. Yeah, that's an amazing skill to have, especially if you're having trouble breaking through. Guess what? A block damage or shield buff. You could literally just build him up with tons of crit, tons of damage, and ignore defense, and just have him break through anyone's shield on with his A1. You don't even need a turn. It doesn't matter what turn it is, he can do it. All right. So yeah, you're gonna want to consider the fact that there's plenty of heroes out there that can do specific things that you may not think are good at first, but then you look at their skills and you're like, wow, this is actually really good. I think he has another one that's actually really good. This hit is critical if the target's under heal reduction, so that's good. And he also has decreased defense. He has heal reduction if the target has decreased defense. So basically, he can do the decreased defense, then the heal reduction, and then he can go into the other skill and do more damage. So there you go, or get a critical hit. So that's why this works. Now let's look at other reasons this works. Tournaments and events. All right, this is a big thing here. Now, we have on this channel. It's hard to really explain it. So on this channel, I am very much against a lot of the events and tournaments in this game. I think they're predatory. I don't really think that they're worth your time. I think that they make you just spend your entire day. You're constantly planning out your day, worrying what you're going to do the next day, and it doesn't make the game fun. That's just my personal opinion. If you like being bogged down by stuff every single day and being forced to log in for 6 hours to farm something you don't want to farm, then it's great. You'll love it. Most people that do them, honestly, are literally just pushing through them because they want the stuff. Like they don't do it because they're like, oh my god, this is so much fun farming spider tournament for 12 years. Like it's not fun. I can't tell you how many events I just completely ignore at this point. All right, after a year and a half, I did more towards the beginning just because I wanted the free stuff. Like I would fight to get these coins or something so I can get an awakening. Like there's things that I would fight through just to kind of get some things. I never was able to really get these because I just never had time and I never had the energy to get 2,700 points in the beginning. But yeah, I would try to at least get like maybe one or two of things because then I could farm like for spider. I could farm a couple accessories and I could still get some brews and some gold, and at least it's something, or silver or whatever. And if I was lucky, I would get these coins and then I could get summon a blessing and then great. However, there's a spider tournament going on right now. There's also a champion chase tournament going on right now, which also has a bunch of stuff. Now everyone's going to be, drooling over this high ass summon stone for blessings. That's 10,000 points. That's a lot of energy. It's a lot of things. People are going to be drooling over this mythical 6-star relentless set. All right. Everyone's going to be going for it. There's people who have unlimited energy. All right. Literally unlimited energy. That's what you're fighting against in these tournaments because they just spend and you can just get unlimited. And I've seen people with like hundreds of thousands of gems on their account. Like literally, you look at the screen, you're like, what the hell? How do they have that? All right. And they can just continually buy energy forever. And they'll have extra EXP boosts and they'll have barrels and they'll have just too much. So, yeah, all this, if you want to try to get these legendary books, this is probably a reasonable tournament right here. So, if you have that, what is it, that mythical hero you love so much, then you have to do this to get this book. All right. You're going to have to do this to get this book, unfortunately, because you have a lot of books you need for those heroes. I don't do these. Like I won't be doing this. This is a champion chase tournament. I can't I can't summon these. Like I could actually I have enough shards right now. I could beat this entire thing probably. I could actually probably get number 1 in this tournament if I wanted to right now. But that's because I've been saving for a year and a half. All right. So if you think that saving for that long is worth winning one single tournament that you were just like, oh, I get this, then great. Otherwise, these events suck. Like literally suck. All they do is waste your energy. They make you do things you don't want to be doing. Like if I had a bunch of heroes I needed to work on masteries for, and then I'm like, oh, I got to do champion chase. I'm just going to be leveling up heroes when I should be spending my time in masteries. All right. Soul chase. This is a wasted. This is waste. Like unless you're going to just save up all your souls. I could at this point because I've been playing for a while. So the longer you play, the more realistic it becomes to do these. But then at the same time, the further along you play, the more you don't even need these tournaments. All right. I don't do them anymore. I kind of just ignore them. I did one tournament recently, and that's because I really wanted something from, I think it was a champion chase. I think not champion chase. I think it was champion training. And that's because I was trying to level up a couple of heroes at the same time anyway. We actually just I needed to get the food, I believe, from Marquis, which is down here. Bomb, bomb. So here, I was trying to get the food to level up Marquis to 6-star because she's my next hero that we were going to build. And then luckily, I just happened to get another 6-star here I got from the fusion pieces that you get for mod in trading in your fragments. I actually got a 6-star hero. I mean, a 6-star what is it? Chicken thing that you can literally just 6-star hero right off the bat. So I 6-star him also, and now I'm leveling both of them up. But that's not really important. These guys, I'll just tell you anyway. So basically, I was doing it already, which is why I was able to get points in the tournaments. Now, there's also events. This one is one we should do. All right, this is an event that you should do. You only need to level up one piece of gear, I think, to level 12. I think, and it does it. Let's do it right now because I haven't done it yet. I actually saw it before, and I was like, oh, I should do that. But the problem is I don't know if I have enough gold because I actually was doing a bunch of other stuff before. So here, let's see. This is a 6-star piece. Let's just upgrade it to 12. Let's see if it'll go. Oh, it actually did. Look at that. So 12. Boom, boom. Cost me about 100,000. And there we go. We did get 15 points, right? Yep. So we got all the points for today, and we get this. So that's a tournament or an event that you should do, all right? Because you can get it in 3 seconds. However, there's also dungeon divers. These are brutally slow, all right? Now, this one's actually reasonably low comparative, but 4,500 points. It doesn't sound like a lot, all right? But you're going to spend a lot of time. Now, unless you are farming specific gear and you need to run, say you're going to run dungeons for, the next 3 days and then this pops up, then yeah, I would do it. At least try to get as much as you can. But would I stop farming my masteries for my heroes that I need the masteries on to beat content so that I can go and get these stupid rewards that you're going to get eventually anyway? These are all just random. It's like, this is like someone just decided to just throw a bunch of stuff on a screen and say, here, those are the rewards, right? That's what this looks like. It's all stuff that you'll get. This, soul stones you'll get pretty reasonably once you start building up. EXP boosts you'll pretty much always have if you've been doing stuff. EXP, like all this stuff is just kind of stuff that's nice to get, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter 100%. All right. Do you want it? Yes. But it doesn't matter if you get it. Okay. I mean, I am right now. Hey, let's look at skills, upgrade skills. I actually just wasted 7 epic books to level up one of my other heroes. All right, to do I don't even know how to say his name, Lamar, whatever his name is. I just used 7 epic books to do a rare hero. That's how much I've been just sitting on these books. All right, my legendary books go away quickly because I level one hero at a time, and right now Gerda is the one that we're leveling. So as you can see, she has some books. We're actually about to get another book from the advanced quests. So yeah, I use all these books, and my rares, actually, funny enough, I use my rare books way more than anything else, and they disappear fast because there's a lot of rares in the game, and that's why I'm actually starting to actually kind of dig into my epic books. I wouldn't recommend that in the early game. Don't do that at all. Like right now, I have 2 epics that are coming my way, and those will be the 2 that I level with the books. All right. I still have a month to go before I get either one of them. So I have time. I have more than enough books to max at least one of them. And then the other one, if it has to sit. But all my epics in my vault are maxed. Like all my epics are maxed except for the ones that I don't use, like her. So we don't touch them. We don't put them books in them. I don't do anything with them. I want everyone to know I never touch these these heroes. I don't want anyone thinking that I'm cheating. And you see my level 1 5-star Death Knight, like he's never come out of the vault. All right. But yeah, you don't need to do these things. And that's kind of why it works, is because you're able to spend your time leveling. All right, I spend my time doing masteries. I mean, you can look at these heroes. I've shown this 100 times, but yeah, look, there's no hero in here that doesn't have masteries. There you go. All right, all of their masteries are done. This is not like, it's not like I just decided to say you should be spending your time doing something else. If your hero, if your vault doesn't look like this, where all of your heroes have all of their masteries, all right, what's going to happen? You're going to have weak heroes, all right? Even the worst heroes with all their masteries maxed and reasonable gear are going to help you, all right? It's going to help you get through this, all right? Now, if you're not doing a mystery shard run, yeah, you might want to switch over to some other heroes, but the strategy stays the same, all right? That's the funny part. You can literally just make sure you get all your masteries. I do them one at a time, all right? We build them. Yep, it keeps going. All right, we build them one at a time. And when one's done, we move to the next one. All right. That's the way that I personally do it. Now, are there other ways to do it? Yes. There's plenty of other ways to do it. Oh, look, we have a few more we didn't do. Even my uncommon heroes. Look at this. Masteries done. All right, all of them. We bought his masteries today because I had 9,000 gems from saving up forever. I basically spend 800 gems on one hero every once in a while when I just don't feel like farming masteries, because I already have to farm her masteries for Marquis. So I was like, I'm just going to farm Marquis because she's going to take a lot longer. I think she needs like 13, 14 books to be max. She's insane. She's a heavy book reader, which is why I wasn't doing it for right now. I'm just going to use my books over time and get her built up. But yeah, him we bought the masteries for, and I buy it every time I hit a new threshold. So when I hit 9,000 gems, I buy a mastery. And then the next time I hit 10,000 gems, I buy a mastery. So that way I'm constantly moving my gems up, but I'm also saving myself time on masteries and energy. So there you go. Now, really, it's just time. I don't care about energy. If they said, "Hey, give me 5,000 energy and your stuff will be maxed immediately," I would trade that. I would do that trade because I have time. Time is my thing. If time isn't your thing and you don't care how long it takes, then just farm everything. But I don't want to waste my time. So there you go. Everyone's got their masteries, and that holds true for any account. If you have your masteries all over the place, you're going to have a hard time in this game. If you don't level up all of your gear, all right. Let's look at artifacts. All right. Every single hero in here has all their gear to 16 because we level one hero at a time. We find gear that matches, we find gear that works with these heroes, and that's it. Say, look, this is my Cleo. I actually put this set on her right in the beginning, and I haven't changed it yet. And she actually could use an upgrade. I mean, she has, not the best gear here at all, but she does awesome damage. Because look, let's look at her stats. Even with garbage gear, we've got her at 5,300 attack. All right. Her crit rate's 82, but her crit damage is 200. So this girl is more than likely going to crit. She's more than likely going to do 200 times the damage. All right. You just need to make sure that the right skills are built and that the right skills that you need from a hero are there. Now, she needs to have accuracy. She has a little bit, but I wanted raw damage from her, and she definitely succeeded in doing the raw damage. If you guys are building heroes that need accuracy, this one, my Mithril has over 300 accuracy. It's not great. Preferably, you'd want her at 400 or 500 accuracy, I would assume. But for what I'm trying to do and how we beat things, her main thing is speed, HP, and accuracy. So that's what I built. If I'm missing a little bit of another stat, it's not the end of the world. But you need your gear maxed, all right? Getting this from 0 to 16 gets you from what? I think it starts at what? What is it, 10%, 30? I don't even remember what it starts at. Whatever the low ass crit rate you get. But getting it to 16, now I have like an extra 40 crit rate. Let's look. I don't even know what it starts at. Do I have a glove that has crit rate on it? Here we go. This is a crit rate glove. So at level 12, you get 33. So just from 12 to 16, you get an extra 17% crit rate. All right. And then let's see. Do I have a lower end one? I want to see exactly. The problem is I level a lot of gear. Is this crit damage? Oh, it's crit damage, 31. That's not bad, actually. All right, this one's crit rate. Here we go. At level 8, you're at 24. So you're getting almost double the crit rate from 8 to 16. All right. Now, some people are going to tell you that leveling 4-star gear or bad gear to 16 isn't worth it. I agree and I don't agree. Bad gear, yeah. But if you just have, say there's like a stat off, or you just don't get the roll you want, or like let's just say that I wanted speed on this and I only rolled it in HP, I'm still going to build this to 4-star, to 16. You know why? Because it still has the crit rate. It still has the one thing that this gear needs to make my hero crit all the time. All right. So that's why I did it. If you don't have those things on it, then just wait and find something else. It's a lot easier to farm this stuff to get your heroes reasonably built than it is to find the perfect set. I'm at the point now where I'm slowly searching for perfect sets. The closest hero I have to a perfect set I've shown this, is Bogwalker. He's the closest one that I've had to a perfect set. All right. And he's not even that close, to be honest, but he has reasonable defense, all right, and attack. I believe his attacks are based on attack and defense, right? Defense, here, this based on attack and defense. So we actually had a split on it, not because I tried to, it's just the way it worked out. All right. But let's look. So he's got reasonable amount of HP, 40,000. He's got basically a mix of attack and defense up to what is that, 5,500. His speed is just shy of where I wanted it to be, so he's at 192. I'd prefer him to be over 200. His crit rate is just shy of that 100 mark, and his crit damage is at 232. So he's got reasonable damage. He's got decent resist and accuracy. So he's got both of those stats. Even though they're not perfect, they're good. They're like really good for at least for my account. All right, and he is the closest to perfect that I have. And he's not even using the best gear in the world. I got lucky on an event for this. That stupid. I flipped I was able to flip like 3 cards, and I just luckily happened to get the ones that I needed. I actually got 2 weapons from the one thing, so that was a nice little thing. Because I never flip those cards. Those stupid card events, they take way too long to get points, and I'm usually lucky. I think the most I ever got was maybe 10 flips, and that's because I believe it was for training heroes, and I was in the middle of doing that anyway. But my average time, I maybe flip 1 to 3 cards total. Like that's about how much I spend on doing them, because most of them are ridiculous kind of things that you have to do. Like you have to summon champions. Yeah, I'm not doing all that. So he's the closest to perfect, but it works because I built him up to 16. I got as many glyphs. If you're not doing faction wars every day, it's not going to work. All right, you got to do your faction wars so you can get your glyphs on your things. As you can see, I still have some things in here that I could easily upgrade and make better. You need to at least try to start getting some blessings, some upgrades. You're going to do that basically from the quests. So as you're doing advanced quests, every once in a while, it's going to ask you to, here we go, upgrade. It's going to ask you to ascend gear. All right. Yeah, just come in here and ascend it. Like this one's got attack. I don't really want that, so I'm not going to do it right now. But every day you're going to get a quest for it. Now, we've been doing the city, as you can see, so having all these heroes and being able to beat the city and beat the levels, I don't even have to farm. Like, this is not, none of these potions are from farming. I used to farm them every time that the quest came up. Now I just wait until the quest comes up, and I have the potions because I get them from the city because I have enough heroes to get through the content. So yes, more heroes eventually become the better option. First, when you first start, yeah, definitely build one hero to 60. And then after that, get your main teams together, maybe get a couple of extra 50s just to help you out here and there. But after that, yeah, you're going one hero at a time, building them one by one and getting them ready to fight for you. All right. And every problem you solve is another problem you don't have to solve later on. All right. Every time you get a hero that can do turn meter manipulation, you don't have to solve that problem again. And once you do have to solve that problem again, you understand how it works. So that next problem becomes much easier. I mean, there's been people have watched me fight online. I mean, on the when we do the streams, and how my thought process works when I'm actually beating things. We did the hard mode dragon on stage 10, and I literally fought it twice, and I'm like, all right, so what are we missing? What's the problem with this fight? Who can we bring into this fight that fixes that problem? And then literally I would just take one hero out and put another hero in and be like, all right, does that fix the problem? It's almost like playing Tetris. You're taking heroes and mixing them up and putting them in a team to see if they can do what you need them to do. All right, close this. But that's really why it works. And honestly, it's the one thing that people probably would disagree with me on, is that tournaments and events are almost the worst thing you could possibly spend your time on, unless you're trying to get something specific. All right, that's the only thing you should be doing those for. Eventually, later down the road. In the beginning, yeah, just get what you can from the bottom of the barrel. Like, just go in here, and if there's a tournament here that you can get maybe to the bottom, then do it. If you can't, ignore it. All right. Fusions, I don't do any of them. I don't touch them anymore. I used to do a couple. I mean, as you can see in my vault, the best I ever did was 4 heroes. It was this one right here. I forgot their names. This one, I believe he was in there, and I believe she was in there. We got 3 of the 4, and that was for Rat King. And that is the one and only time I legitimately actively tried to complete a fusion. And I could have completed if I had summoned. So that was it. I just didn't have enough mystery shards to do it. And once I did that, I realized that it takes way too much time, way too much energy. There was times that I would have to like be up at like 12 o'clock at night when I got home from work because I had to farm some stupid dungeon just to get a piece that I needed because I was missing like 200 points or something, and the clock was going to run out in 6 hours. Like, I'm not trying to live my life like that. So screw fusions. I don't care about them. Now, if you've been playing for a long time and you just happen to have a ton of resources and you've got a bunch of those multi battles saved up in your mailbox, and yeah, obviously the longer you've been playing, the easier the game gets to do some things, and you can complete those things much easier. If you have a 10-second farm team on Dragon 20 or Dragon 25 or whatever hard 10, you have like a 1 minute farm time, then yeah, obviously you're going to be able to beat that. But the reality is most players don't have that. All right. Yeah. The ones online do. I mean, even if you look at the online community, what is it? I think Hell Hades has like 200,000 subscribers, right? I would assume that they all are mixed into the other channels. So when you look at it, there's like 5 million people that are playing the game, right? Or have downloaded this game at least. It's probably higher than that. I think I'd have to look, honestly. So don't quote me on that one. It could be upwards of 10 million at this point. Yeah. So 200,000 is not a lot. All right. The people that are watching those videos aren't the same people that are playing. All right. And the new players are going to have trouble. All right. They're going to have a lot of trouble with this game if you're watching, late game content, because you're going to think that, oh, I just need this hero. It's like, no, you don't. You don't need that hero. Forget that hero. We don't need that hero. All right. You need to have your heroes built. All right. Level up the ones that you have. Start with the ones that you got. Pick the ones that are good. Make sure that you're picking the right heroes in the beginning that you can just farm. Just as a note, login heroes, I'll give you guys a quick run through of who I would build first over everybody. Yakarl is one of the first ones I would build immediately. He is amazing for crowd control. Drex is perfect for getting you through. These are all free heroes. Remember, guys, everyone will get these eventually if you play the game every day. Drex is amazing for Spider. We're talking about PvE. If you're going for PvP, obviously Arbiter is great for a speed lead, but you don't need her anymore. There's plenty of heroes that have speed leads, but she is still really good. But I would say Yakarl, Drex is amazing. All right. We're not going to do Mithrala because she's obviously amazing, but we're talking earlier game. Syl is a hero I would invest in immediately. She is one of the best heroes. Those are the 3 legendaries that I would say are the most important to my account and got me through the most content. As far as epics go, Haikatune didn't help me too much until later on. She's getting better. I still wouldn't put her in the top, but I would say she's worth building early on just because she's going to help you out a lot with the speed lead and her turn meter manipulation. Just having that extra 19% in all battles could help you out a lot. So there's that. Grush, I would have built immediately for Clan Boss. Really good hero. Dark Elhane, I don't know if I would say immediately, but she's definitely good. She replaced my arena team nuker with Kale, so I put her into the arena, and she's awesome because she can actually counterattack Tormund, who's annoying. So yeah, I would probably say she's in the list. Uh, this guy I would build immediately as well. He's awesome because he does a lot of stuns and he helps with crowd control. Akoth is from Doom Tower, a little bit further down the line, but yeah, I would build him immediately too. He helps speed up my spider team by a lot. I'm kidding. I'm not really going to pick him. Jizzo, I would build literally the day you get him. He is great for Scarab King, and he will help you get through those fights. And then in rares, I mean, there's anyone that you see here. I can't say that there's any that are better or worse. I love all of them. They've all helped me. They're kind of my babies. But yeah, if you want to go with highlighted heroes that are kind of cool that I use all the time, the doggos have surprisingly I've used them a lot in the city and a couple of other areas. They are insanely helpful. I don't know why. I didn't think they would be. Would I build them right off the bat when you first get the Hellhound? No, I wouldn't do it. You need both Hellhound and Hellfang. So unless you're willing to invest in both of them, do not spend time on either of them. Got it? But yeah, Apothecary, Spirit Host, I would invest in immediately. Avir is one I probably would invest immediately. I got him very late. Uh, War Maiden, the two girls for Clan Boss, Grave Chill and Frozen Banshee, obviously Kale. Valerie, I would invest in early, and then if you get Meat Carver, I would invest in him early. And then who else would I say is a really important one? I mean, if you have what's her name, War Maiden, I would just build her in the beginning. But if you don't and you happen to pull Fleshmonger, then yeah, I would build him early. Diabolus really just depends on whether or not you have Apothecary. Otherwise, I wouldn't build her. But if you did get Apothecary, build him. If you didn't, build her. And then Soulbond. Yeah, she is literally one of the best heroes I've ever seen. And Crimson Slayer. These two got me through early game completely. Like these two are the MVPs of the early game for me. Turn meter manipulation, sleeping, AoE, heal reduction, ignoring defense. Like these two just destroyed bosses, and I love it. And yeah, there you go. I think that's all the ones, and Armor Girl. But I wouldn't say early game. I'd say within when you start getting into maybe 15 plus dungeons, that's when he really becomes useful. The turn meter manipulation does help, and you can kind of cheese bosses if you watch late game ideas and ways to beat bosses like Fire Knight. So you could bring him in early if you really want to. It's not super important. He doesn't really help you in beating, dungeons faster, not dungeons like campaign faster and all that. So I wouldn't build him like the first week. Let's put it that way. But I would start leveling his skills. Like as you find the copies of him, build him up slowly in the background, maybe level him up as food while you're leveling up other food. Just kind of keep him in the background, put him in your vault, and when he starts becoming useful, that's when you would pull him out. All right, but that's all the heroes that I would say are worth building right now in the start. And why this works is because I focus heroes. I focus my heroes. I don't spend a lot of time doing things the game wants me to do. I do things that the game requires me to do. I need masteries, I need levels, I need ascensions, I need gear. That's it. Those are the three. Those are three. That's like five. Those are all the things that I need to do. Okay, and that's why this mystery shard thing works. It's not because I'm special. It's not because I'm amazing. It's not because I know everything about the game. I don't. All right, I don't know everything about the game. All I know is that these are this is the takeaway. I have limited time. All right. I'm not going to spend my life farming for raid because they want me to do some, because I'm scared I'm going to miss out on getting some trash champion that everyone's going to say is trash in a month and that the next hero is a game changer. Like, I don't care. All right. So, yeah, I just want to play and have fun. That's one thing. Two, I level my heroes to max. All right. Get them maxed out, build them correctly. All right. Build them with gear that works, even if it's 3-star gear in the beginning. That's all you got. I think I maxed a couple of pieces of gear that were 3-star to 16. All right. It's because just that little bit of extra boost to my power and getting my crit rate up and everything was enough for me to beat bosses so I could start farming better gear. All right. And then you just take that gear and you put it on your next hero when you find the 4-star gear. And then you take the 4-star gear and you put it on the next hero when you get the 5-star gear and you just move your way up. That's it. You just do that. Move your way up. All right. And yeah, I mean, I could keep going with a bunch of reasons, but yeah, that's why this is working. It's because I spend my time doing what I need to do. I don't focus on the BS that the game throws at me. All right. Focus on what you need, and if it coincides with something that the game is doing, then you win. Should you I can tell you right now there's one outside of the Rat King thing. There's one event that I actually spent I think it was 3 days focused on, and that was to get my Kale in his outfit. That was my one time that I literally was like, I want that skin. And it was early game, so it wasn't as hard to get. So yeah, just know that sometimes it will happen. I'm not telling you to never do these. I'm just telling you it doesn't matter. I have more fun than I've ever had in this game without giving one crap about their fusions or events or any of that stuff. All right. That's why it works. That's why I'm happy. That's why I'm still playing the game and I'm still having fun making videos for it. All right. And we're still building heroes. Eventually, we're going to have every rare in the game built. I mean, we're already at what, 73 heroes that we've built? There's plenty more to go. I have a full vault ready to rumble. And I got lucky and got another 6-star today. So that actually was good. So hopefully, we can just keep going and keep on rocking. So that's it. If you guys have any questions today, feel free to leave a comment. Like I said, I'm kind of rambling today. It was an interesting choice of video. I just wanted to kind of go over how this works and why I do the things I do. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I'm always interested in hearing your thoughts. Leave a like, share, subscribe. Always good for the channel. You help us grow. And yeah, if you like talking, feel free to join in my live shows. I have the live show every week now. It's no time, unfortunately, because I have a weird schedule. But eventually, I will have a set time, but that's going to be a while from now. I figure unless I become super famous in the next day, which isn't going to happen. Yeah, I'll probably still be working and doing this at the same time. So yeah, I will try to let you guys know when I am doing my live things. All right. So this is why my mystery shard thing works and how I get through it. This is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and you guys take care.